Hi, it's Jamie, Progressive's Employee of the Month, 2 months in a row. Leave a message at the... Hi, Jamie. It's me, Jamie. I just had a new idea for our song about the Name Your Price tool. So when it's like, tell us what you want to pay, hey, 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 and the trombone goes, blah, 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 and you say, we'll help you find coverage options to fit your budget. Then we just all do finger snaps while a choir goes, savings coming at ya, savings coming at ya. Yes? No? Maybe? Anyway, see you at practice tonight. I got new lyrics for the rap break.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Hello, Wildcats. It's your boy Kev coming at you like a sword review from our boy Will Keith. And this is just to let you know that we are a comedy and crime podcast. So even though we do cover many serious events and true cases, we do like to throw in some dark humor and inappropriate jokes every now and then. So this is your disclaimer. And if you do listen and you don't enjoy the show, we completely understand because we're a bunch of weirdos. And let's be honest, we can't play this game anymore, but can we still be friends? And the answer to that is, of course we can still be friends, because I need you. I need you to come over sometimes and pose as my friends in front of my family so they quit writing letters to me about how I'm a loser. And I need to borrow some money also, because I spent all of it in Cracker Jacks. But alrighty, I hope everyone is having a good day. Be good, stay safe, and laugh at the dark stuff. Hashtag Wildman, baby.
Alright, fellas, like we practiced.
Yeah.
2, 3, 4.
Come on down. Come on down. Hanging with the brothers tonight, yeah. Come on down to the Brothers Commonplace tonight.
Alrighty, welcome everyone to the Brothers Commonplace, a comedy and crime podcast where we cover monsters, murders, mysteries, and more. And before we jump into today's pretty awesome, pretty gnarly topic, I want y'all to meet my favorite cans of soda boys.
I like that. What's going on, guys? This is Tim. Actually, I had to run over to get ready for the podcast. Actually, just got done shooting an episode of the show Sherlock Holmes. I was playing Sherlock's son, James.
Oh yeah. Okay, all right. You son of a bitch. That'll stay.
Okay, hell yes.
Instead of your dad solving crimes, you just commit them.
Oh yeah.
Here, Dad, solve this one.
Oh.
I learned it from you, Dad.
I learned it from you, Dad. And you find out Sherlock Holmes was like Jack the Ripper or something.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Hey, everybody. This is Toof. I put my my Old Spice stick on my armpit once a month. You can call it my deodorant.
Oh, yes.
Rent,
yes,
come on.
dude. That's awesome.
Fuck.
Hey, what's up? This is Spence, and I haven't mentioned this before, but I'm a pretty hardcore Satanist. Which is why I went into accounting, because they told me the devil's in the details.
Fuck yeah.
Hell yeah.
And it's your boy Kev, a.k.a. the Dirty Dog. But go ahead and call me Malfoy, because I'm about to slither into those DMs, baby.
Oh, fuck yeah, dude. I'll warn my mom.
Oh. All right, let's be more realistic. Crab, go ahead and call me Crab.
I'll also warn my mom. Actually, dude, she might have been the one that gave it to you, honestly.
I guess my butthole is the opposite of that, Kev, because you slither in your dick out and then your cum slithers out. I don't know, whatever.
Okay, all right.
Holy shit,
Cumbledore.
too. Oh, fuck yeah.
So, alrighty, howdy, pilgrims. This week's case is going to be a little different than our normal ones, but I still think that it's something that is kind of crime-related, I guess, but it is super interesting. So, ladies and gentlemen of the silver screen, today we are going to discuss the movie The Conqueror and the string of deaths that was connected to it.
Oh, wow.
Hell yes.
Huh.
And I watched this piece of shit movie today. I will say it sucks, but it was kind of fun for reasons that we will get into. And for our main sources, I used telegraph.co.uk, also IMDb, The Vintage News, Caggiano's Corner, WordPress, and then also...
Butt cheese.
Yeah, I think that was it for the sources. If I mention something later, I usually say where the source comes from.
I was gonna say, sorry, dude. You said to watch like a really piece of shit movie, and I just watched Freddy Got Fingered. So my bad.
Oh,
Shut the fuck
don't
up.
go there, Tim.
Yeah.
Don't you fucking go there, dude.
You don't go into my top 10, I won't go into yours, all right?
So I will mention that Telegraph website. That's where we got like 95% of this from. So we're gonna pull a lot of quotes from it because it had a lot of good information. So you do need to sign up if you want to read that article, but it's pretty good.
Nice.
So alrighty, today we will be discussing the 1957 classic, The Conqueror. It is an adventure / romance / history movie that was so good or so bad that people literally died from it.
Wow.
Yeah, so what do you get when you combine John Wayne, Yellowface, and a nuclear testing ground?
My ass.
You also get a shitty movie and a lot of people dying from cancer. But before we get into the deaths and craziness of this whole thing, let's talk a little bit about this movie, some of the cast, and also the time that this wonderful piece of cinematic history was made. So as far as the deaths related to this movie, they are cancer related, and it is going to be something that we talk about towards the end of this. So if that is the only thing you want to hear about, I mean, I guess you can go to the end. But we're going to be talking about a lot of interesting and kind of funny stuff leading up to it, which I guess that's not a good way to put it. Like, oh, you're going to love how funny this is leading up to the cancer deaths.
I get a laugh out of it.
We could lie and tell them they're vampire deaths.
There's a werewolf at the end of the story, so I mean, stay tuned.
So for being 1956, this movie actually looks really good. I did watch it today, and it looks really good, actually. It was released on March 28th, 1956. It had a budget of $6 million, and it grossed, I think, like $4.5 million in the U.S. or like $9 million domestic or something. I'm not 100% sure because I've seen a few different numbers. All I know is that it is considered a huge flop. And then $6 million back then would be the equivalent of like a little over 50. I think 52 million today. So
Damn.
that's a lot of fucking money.
Or it's like my shit after I get done eating about $13 worth of Taco Bell. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. That was a huge plop. God damn it. That's so...
Wait, $13 worth of Taco Bell. What did we just pay for Andrew to eat?
Oh, fuck yeah.
So this film, it was shot in panoramic cinemascope and also in Technicolor. So it's a pretty big deal back then, especially because this movie is starring 2 Oscar-winning lead actors where they're at like the prime of their careers pretty much.
Wait, John Wayne is an Oscar-winning actor?
Yeah.
Fuck
Really?
yeah, he is.
For what movie?
It's fucking John Wayne.
I know.
I mean, I couldn't tell you what movie. I just know his name.
Well, I mean, it was like 1950. There's probably like 4 movies that came out every year, so...
John Wayne won Best Actor Oscar for True Grit in 1969.
Oh, that makes
Ooh.
sense.
That does make sense.
John Wayne, he had a lot of awesome movies where it was like war movies, like not just westerns.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like I
that's
remember
true.
Green Berets. That movie was fucking awesome.
Hey, Kev, did Ludwig show you the Green Berets movie? Or did you know it from something else? Because I
ooh,
remember
maybe.
him showing it to us.
I know it because my parents were big John Wayne fans, so I remember watching it with them.
Cool. So he got he wasn't an Oscar winner at the time of The Conqueror.
Correct. But this is still at like the he's one of the biggest named actors though at the time though still.
Oh, for sure, absolutely.
So not only was this movie considered one of the worst movies of the 1950s, but some consider it to be one of the worst movies of all time. And that's pretty impressive because there are so many shitty movies out there. So just for reference, I looked up some movies that might be considered shitty, and I pulled up their IMDb ratings, and then I'll tell you what the rating for The Conqueror is on IMDb.
Let's hear it.
So starting off, Joe Dirt 2
Yeah, that had to be the first one.
is sitting at 4.2 on
That's way too high.
IMDb.
That's way too fucking high, honestly.
Date Movie,
Okay.
Oh my god.
2.8.
Let's say way worse than Joe
Yeah.
Dirt.
What do you think Kazam is sitting at?
Probably higher than Date Movie, I would think.
Wait, is Kazam with Shaq?
Yeah. Hey,
It
Tim,
wasn't. It was
Dude,
bad,
I
but not
fucking
that bad.
love that movie.
Tim,
Let's not go with love.
when you say Kazam is higher than Date Movie, you
Yeah.
are correct
Yeah.
by 0.1.
Oh fuck yeah! It's a 2.9.
2.9.
Fuck yeah.
This one, Good Burger. What do you think Good Burger's at?
What?
I would think higher.
Yeah.
Higher.
I love Good Burger.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
5.7.
Oh yeah. Definitely deserves that.
Now the Conqueror. Where do you think the Conqueror sits?
Fuck. Compared, because the worst one that you just mentioned, I think, was Date Movie.
Yeah, that is the worst.
So I would say above Date Movie, I would hope.
I'm going to go
3.
Okay,
I'm going
3.
my penis length 1.1.
Okay, well, no, we said it was already higher than Date Movie, so
I just wanted to say my penis length, honestly.
3.5.
Okay. All right.
Oh, so your penis length.
Yes, hard. Actually, that's actually really good when I've been like just edging for like 3 weeks.
That was after you took those extend pills?
Yeah. So we haven't mentioned the plot or any of the crazy shit about this movie yet, but I promise we're getting to it. So here is the plot according to Wiki and also Emmanuel Levy, which is someone that does reviews that I take a few things from. So here's the plot. Mongol chief Temujin, later to be known as Genghis Khan, falls for Bortai, the daughter of the Tartar leader, and steals her away, precipitating war. Bortai spurns Temujin and is taken back in a raid. Temujin is later captured. Bortai falls in love with him and helps him escape. Temujin suspects he was betrayed by a fellow Mongol and sets out to find the traitor and to overcome the Tartars.
Man.
So that is the movie plot. And yeah, I watched this.
He spent all that time trying to steal the Tartar's daughter when he should have been stealing their sauce.
Oh, yeah. Could eat some really good fish.
Fuck yeah, dude. And that tartar sauce would not even be the whitest thing in this movie. So
They like named tartar sauce after how sour the pussies of the women of the Tartars were.
Oh, my God.
Oh, so Mucklow was one of them. All right.
Oh, fuck yeah. And you know what? Shout out to shit, who sent it to us real quick? Let me pull this
The
up.
Mucklow thing.
Yeah.
So the Tartars, interesting name. So if they were to do something over and over again, that would mean like repeat, like the term right? So let's just leave it at that.
Oh my God. Okay.
Yes, shout out to Clark from Florida for sending us the Mucklow picture. I think it was like a baby sloth or something. Do you remember what it was, Tim?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
It was like a picture of a baby sloth for like the owners or something, or people named Mucklow. I can't really remember, but it was funny.
I heard in this movie, like a lot of things, like this is like a good scene that people like.
Yeah.
But because John Wayne's the main guy that's going against them, right?
John Wayne is Genghis Khan.
Oh, fuck. Never mind. Holy shit. I was going to say, whoever's going against the Tartars, they're like, dude, it's just like huge battle scene. They thought they were just going to come at them with like swords and stuff.
Uh-huh.
And they're like, they're fucking shooting at us. They're shooting at us. And later they started calling them Charters.
So yeah, some of you have probably heard of this movie without even realizing it. This is the infamous movie where the Duke, John Wayne, plays the great Mongol leader Genghis Khan.
Oh my God.
And of course, John Wayne, he doesn't even do anything different in his acting to try to sound or look any different than his normal self.
Like fucking Genghis Khan. Holy shit.
Speaks 100% like normal John Wayne. The only thing he does differently is he grew a Fu Manchu.
Oh, hell yes. I'm already turned on.
Yeah.
And people said he wasn't dedicated.
Now, we do have a few random interesting notes and facts in regards to Genghis Khan right here, thanks to history.com.
John Wayne doing that is like more dedication than Christian Bale.
Christian Bale's weight gaining and weight loss.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, John Wayne does something like that for this too, actually, we'll talk about. But as far as Genghis Khan goes, his real name was actually Temujin, which is what John Wayne goes by in this movie, which means of iron or blacksmith. And he wouldn't get the name Genghis Khan until 1206, when he was proclaimed leader of the Mongols at a tribal meeting, and I don't know what it's called, known as the Kurultai or something like that. I don't know.
It was what, iron or blacksmith?
Yes.
They changed it recently just to make people know a little bit more what it is. They said of iron or a genie from the new Aladdin.
Fuck yeah, dude. And then Khan, that traditionally means leader or ruler. And historians, they aren't exactly sure on the origins of the word Genghis, but they think that it may have meant ocean or just. But either way, this translates to supreme leader or universal ruler.
Nice.
And now, as far as John Wayne's appearance on portraying Genghis Khan in the movie, nobody actually knows for sure what Genghis Khan really looked like. So I'm willing to give the movie and John Wayne the benefit of the doubt. And I'm willing to believe that he looked 100% like how the Duke portrayed him in this movie.
You're willing to believe that, huh?
Fuck yeah. We're with it, man.
Just wait till we talk about what he does. It's just straight yellow face.
Oh, fuck yeah, dude. Oh, yes. Let us go, Yellowface.
Oh. So the director for The Conqueror, it was a man by the name of Dick Powell, which is sounds like a superhero who just can't stop jerking off. Like he's jerking it in like the old school Batman show where like the pow pops up on the screen.
Yeah.
That just happens whenever he does like a really good stroke.
Or he has like erectile dysfunction, and that's what he yells at it to try to get it up. Dick, pow!
Pow!
And by them doing that, that's exactly what I do.
And then it was written by Oscar Millard. I think that's how you pronounce his name. And it has a pretty amazing cast, too. Like we said, it stars John Wayne, and then also co-stars Susan Hayward, Agnes Moorehead, and Pedro Armendariz. I think that's how I pronounce it. But Susan Hayward, she was like one of the most popular actresses at the time also, and she was a complete babe. She's pretty cute.
I'm definitely looking her up right now.
Yeah, I mean, you'll probably get some older pictures of her, I'm guessing, but in this movie, she was super cute. And then it was produced by entrepreneur Howard Hughes, who was one of the most financially successful individuals in the world at the time. And this dude, he did a lot. So like not only was he an entrepreneur and a film director, but he was also a record-setting pilot and a philanthropist. Like we could literally just go on for hours talking about this dude.
Also, is this movie, I forget what year you said it came out in, but is this a colored movie or black and white?
It's colored.
Oh, okay. All right, because I really didn't know if John Wayne believed in segregation or not.
Movie of color.
Technicolor,
Oh,
man.
yes.
Just like my fucking raincoat.
Just like everyone's keyboards.
There's an old Marx Brothers movie that just made me think of this, where it's black and white, but they're doing a dance number, and there's this chick, and he points at her, and he says, "This is a bright red dress, but Technicolor is so expensive."
That's funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, for the 50s, this movie really does look really good. Now, Hughes, as far as his records go, he had an H1 Racer, a transcontinental airspeed record from Los Angeles to Newark, New Jersey in 1937. That was a record he had. Also, a round the world airspeed record in 1938, which I don't know the details on those. I just pulled that from his page. But yeah, he's set a lot of records. But as far as filming goes, he gained fame in Hollywood after directing a few movies in the 20s and 30s that were pretty popular. He had The Racket in 1928, Hell's Angels in 1930, and then Scarface in 1932.
Nice.
And he was a fucking, just a straight up billionaire. Like by the time of his death in 76, he was worth $2.5 billion, which
Jesus.
today would be like $11 billion.
Yeah, that's insane.
So he did like everything. And we're going to keep talking about this guy for a little bit because he does some interesting stuff that ties in with this movie. So leading up to his death, he was always very eccentric, and he was just like an incredibly odd dude. He also suffered from severe obsessive compulsive disorder. Like he would eat the same exact meal for dinner every single day.
AKA me out of high school. Well, it's ramen and hot dogs tonight.
I was going to say, man, if he had some pubes to pull out, it'd be a McDonald's burger.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, or pizza at that fucking school that Freddie Prinze Jr. goes to. What movie is that?
She's all that. Yeah. She's all
Yeah,
that.
because fucking Shermanator eats it.
Yep. Eats the fucking pubes.
But yeah, so his meal every day for dinner would be a New York strip steak cooked medium rare with a salad and peas. And then he would arrange the peas from smallest to biggest, and he would eat them in that order.
Okay, fucking guy. You know what? That's just, I can excuse a lot of fucking weird shit. But dude, this guy is fucking made for the loony bin with that kind of behavior.
We talked
Get
about
the fuck out of here.
We've talked
Just-
about Yellowface and shit, and that doesn't bother you, but this guy eating his peas differently than you, that's what sets you off.
Because you know what? In a way, I can understand like subliminal racism or whatever the fuck's going on, but I can't stand psycho fucking pathic schizophrenic behavior like fucking organizing your food like that. Get the fuck out of here.
He would also only eat eggs a certain way as well. I don't know what that way was, but it was enough to where they actually wrote about it. But he would flip out whenever directing a movie because of a dress that an actress was wearing. He said it made her look like she had 2 nipples on each breast. And so he wrote this super long, detailed memorandum to the crew on how to fix this problem. So it's like a small problem, but he writes like pages and pages on how we need to fix this and delivers these out to the crew. Instead of being like, hey, can we just fix that?
How is it a problem though?
So then the rest of us would have wrote, "Hey, nice tits."
It's kind of like the 6-tittied chick in Return of the Jedi. You know?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
Kinda
I was about
interesting.
to say because they're not filming Total Recall.
that was the 3-titted chick,
yeah.
right?
It makes me wish I had 3 hands or whatever that dude. I love that guy. The one black dude who's like the taxi driver.
Yeah,
And he's like,
yeah.
man, I got fucking 6 kids to feed, man. And then later on, he's like, I got 5 kids to feed. He's like, I thought you had 6. Shit, I ain't even married. He pulls out that fucking claw hand thing.
dude, such a good movie. Did anybody bother with the remake? I never did.
No, I
I
never
saw it in theaters.
How was it?
I've forgotten everything.
Okay,
All right.
it makes sense.
So this part is straight from the Wikipedia page also. In 1958, Hughes told his aides that he wanted to screen some movies at a film studio near his home. He stayed in the studio's darkened screening room for more than 4 months, never leaving. He ate only chocolate bars and chicken and drank only milk, and he was surrounded by dozens of Kleenex boxes that he continuously stacked and rearranged.
Nice.
Once again, sounds like me after high school.
It's weird, dude. This is really weird, but I looked this up. This is actually the same thing that Magic Johnson told his aides.
Oh my God, dude. Hey, and then I remember because we went down to visit him, remember? And as soon as we got down the stairs, he was like, I made another peanut butter sculpture
It's a pterodactyl.
from Benchwarmers.
Oh my god.
But Hughes, he wrote detailed memos to his aides giving them explicit instructions neither to look at him nor speak to him unless spoken to. Throughout this period, Hughes sat fixated in his chair, often naked, continuously watching movies. When
Nice.
he had finally emerged in the summer of '58, his hygiene was terrible. He had neither bathed nor cut his hair and nails for weeks. This may have been due to allodynia, is that how you pronounce it? Which results in a pain response to stimuli that would normally not cause pain.
So he didn't want his aides to look at him or speak to him?
Yeah, he just became a shut-in for 4 months, I believe it was, and just watched movies.
So
Yeah,
I take it he hired Helen Keller then.
Oh shit.
I was gonna say he had a don't ask, don't tell policy.
Fuck yeah, dude. And then after the screening room incident, Hughes moved into a bungalow at the Beverly Hills Hotel where he also rented rooms for his aides, his wife, and numerous girlfriends. And he would sit naked in his bedroom with a pink hotel napkin placed over his genitals watching movies. This may have been because, like we mentioned, Hughes found the touch of clothing painful due to allodynia. He may have watched movies to distract himself from his pain, a common practice among patients with intractable pain, especially those who do not receive adequate treatment. In 1 year, Hughes spent an estimated $11 million at this hotel.
Jesus.
He just bought all the porn in the hotel, all those fucking HBO shows.
He was
So-
basically Kevin McAllister from Home Alone 2.
But there is reason for mentioning this. It might seem like it's not connected, but yeah, we're getting to it. Another weird thing he did, he also started buying all restaurant chains in Texas, like even the franchises that were out of business. I don't really know why. He just, like I said, he just does a lot of weird shit. He also then became obsessed with the 1968 film Ice Station Zebra, and he
What
had
the
it
fuck is that?
continuously running on loop at his home until he watched it over 150 times.
Dude, I've definitely seen Halloween that many times, but still, that's a lot.
Yeah, over and over and over. It was a spy thriller set in the Arctic. I don't really know a whole lot about it, but... And then another movie made its way into his playlist. That movie, of course, being The Conqueror, which he was the one that paid for this and like helped produce it and shit. And he felt very, very guilty about the commercial, critical, and literal toxicity of the film. And so I don't know why he did this, but he would watch it every day in his home, and he just had it keeping it like on loop. Like this movie was continuously on loop every fucking day.
To bring a call back to earlier in the episode, literally this guy is just me with Freddy Got Fingered.
Yes. But he absolutely hated this movie. But he was the one who financed the whole thing and helped produce it. And he just felt guilty about it. So I guess he just fucking watches it every day, all day for some reason. And we'll mention this a little bit later, but after this movie came out, he spent $12 million just to buy up every copy of this movie so nobody could watch this utter horse shit of a film.
Jesus,
Oh, nice.
Holy shit.
Dude,
Yeah.
what if he's like that fucking meme where that guy had like almost every VHS like Jurassic Park in his fridge or whatever the fuck it was?
Yeah, so he didn't want anyone to see this movie after... I mean, there were screenings, and of course it was released in theaters, but after that, he bought up every copy he could find. And it wouldn't be until 1979, which was 3 years after he died, where Universal Pictures would purchase the film from his estate and then start to actually sell it and show it and stuff.
But why?
Then in the late 70s, which I think they had VHS in the late 70s, I would imagine.
I wasn't sure when that all started. I never looked it up.
Yeah, so then they would start releasing it then and selling it then. So this movie, The Conqueror, it was supposed to be Hughes's like big masterpiece. Like it was going to be epic and packed full of action, and it would have John Wayne just slapping a bitch like he does and kissing her. It was going to have everything. So this was supposed to be like a huge thing. We had two of the biggest actors and actresses in it, a huge budget, and it was just a complete fucking flop. So Hughes, not only is he watching this movie every night before bed, he would make his personal projectionists like wear a fucking blindfold so that they wouldn't have to see any of this movie either.
That's fucking amazing.
So he would have to fucking blindfold them, and he'd have to set the shit up.
Imagine how many times David Spade has had to do that.
And here's a quote from that Telegraph article. And by absolutely every conceivable metric, financially, critically, historically, ethnically, and even body count, it would come to be known as one of the biggest disasters in cinematic history. And not only that, but it was one of the most grossly miscast films of all time. And it's kind of funny how this movie even got greenlit. Just the fact this movie exists just blows my mind.
If it was made today, it would just automatically be like Ken Watanabe. They would play Genghis Khan, like the guy from Last Samurai,
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
a lot of
Yeah.
other shit.
Oh, Tom Cruise.
That dude's badass. I'm sorry, I didn't hear you, Tim.
I said, Tom Cruise.
Yeah, fucking Last Samurai. What's the movie that has Matt Damon where he's like fucking fighting on the Great Wall of China or something?
What?
Oh yeah, that was like last year, right? I
Wait,
never
holy
saw that.
fuck, that's a thing?
Yeah, dude. It's just called The Great Wall.
Oh, wow, yeah. I've never seen that.
Damn, I was gonna say it's fucking. Oh my god, it's Jason Bourne.
I've still never seen any of those. Are those any good? I've never seen them.
I've never seen him either.
I mean, it's just James Bond. It's just a little bit less cool.
So originally, The Conqueror was written with Marlon Brando in mind. However, Brando would pass on it because of contractual obligations elsewhere, which is incredibly lucky for him that he did pass on this one.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And Marlon Brando's another guy who did a lot of weird shit too. Especially, we're going to do a bonus episode sometime on the island of Dr. Moreau and the making of that, because I watched a documentary about it, and that's just absolutely fucking nuts as well. Like it's a hilarious take on just like the movie switches directors halfway through the movie. The
Wow.
original director's still on the island, and sometimes he sneaks onto set in a mask and like blends in with
hell
the
yeah.
cast and shit.
Oh, that's amazing.
What? Wait, are we
yeah.
talking about that movie or the show Lost?
It's pretty much, dude. We'll have to do a bonus episode on it. It's good.
Dude, I saw something funny on the NBA Reddit where they said like the Hawks made a trade to get like another first round pick. So they have picks like 8, 13, 17, 32, 46, and 49.
Uh-huh.
And someone's like, holy shit, they're just collecting Lost.
That's pretty good, dude. That's funny. So yeah, like we were saying, lucky for Brando, he passed on this. But John
Absolutely.
Wayne, he was signed to a 3-film deal with RKO Pictures.
Ooh, out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere, which was the film company that I think had like a lot of different owners and people in charge. But at
That
the
was like
time,
the biggest one back then, I'm pretty sure.
it was one of
Is
like I forget the name, like the Big Five back then. But
Because that
but at
goes
the-
all the way back to like forever ago, the RKO
Yeah.
Pictures.
But at the time, it was Howard Hughes that was actually running this at the time, I believe. Which, stick by if you want to find out what happens at RKO Pictures after this movie comes out.
Nice.
It dies of cancer.
It pretty much did, actually.
It got RKO.
Pretty much. RKO'd out of fucking nowhere.
Funny enough, it was a movie, the movie production.
Mm-hmm.
All their
Yeah.
movies were rated R. KO.
Oh, fuck yeah. That was such a good tag team.
So they're trying to figure out what is going to be the third and final movie for the Duke to film as part of his deal. And the producer/director for RKO Pictures, Dick Powell, he was away during the time that John Wayne had showed up to go through some scripts. So they just let John Wayne, like, well, you can go into his office and go look through some shit and see if you like anything. And after Dick Powell returns to his office, he notices that his screenplay that he had tossed in the trash bin was now out on his desk.
Jesus
That
Christ.
screenplay, of course, being The Conqueror.
So Dick Powell fucking knew ahead of time not
Yeah.
to do this shit.
Yeah, dude, and fucking John Wayne, why was he going through the fucking trash?
Yeah, like did he
Look-
see it? Like, wait a second.
Probably looking for cigarette butts to smoke, dude.
Probably looking for some extra copies of Joe Dirt too to watch.
Oh,
But
that
yeah,
and
you-
Anchorman 2 would have been in there for sure.
Oh, yes. That movie sucked.
Yeah, it was trash. I fucking hated it.
So even Dick Powell read the script and he's like, this is way too fucking absurd. Like, we can't do this. So he threw it in the trash. And then the fucking Duke, John Wayne, he's like, no, we gotta fucking make this, you know? The 12th century Mongolian warlord. This is a part that was made for me. And then Powell says, quote, who am I to turn down John Wayne? So that's how it got made. He took that script out of the trash and said, like, no, I need to play Genghis Khan.
Wow.
That's the part I was born to play. So regardless if it was Marlon Brando or John Wayne, this is Genghis Khan we're talking about, a fucking Chinese or, I don't know, Mongolian dude, whatever he is.
I mean, you should probably
there's-
know, Kev.
I think there's some debate, actually. I can never find an actual straight answer. I don't know. Some say he's Chinese. Some say just Mongolian. I don't
Yeah.
know. Some say he's from a Mongol tribe that was ruled by Chinese. No matter what, though, one thing he's not is a white guy, especially not a Western white cowboy. But that's not going to stop this movie from getting made.
Kev, have you forgiven the Mongolians for trying to knock down your shitty wall?
Shitty beef.
Damn, Mongolians trying to knock down my shitty wall.
That's like one of my favorite guys, dude.
Dude, that's such a good episode.
So, you may be wondering exactly how the hell John Wayne is going to pull off such an amazing transformation to become Genghis Khan.
How did he do it?
Well, we have the answer. Here's a quote for you. Luckily for Powell, this casting decision presented only two problems: how John Wayne looked and how he sounded. The first issue was solved with what was deemed perfectly politically correct at the time, the age-old Hollywood practice of simulating Asian looks by applying a thick coat of Yellowface, shaving part of his eyebrows off, and then adding fake eyelids and rubber bands glued to the top of the head with spirit gum to pull
Fuck
the
yes.
corners of the eyes into a slant.
Fuck
Wayne
yes.
was also told to grow a Fu Manchu. And there you go, unmistakably Mongolian.
That's all you need.
That's
It's fucking all you need these days.
It's like, I'm looking at pictures of it. It's not even like, I mean, that is a Fu Manchu, but it's like the
Yeah.
weakest fucking one.
Yeah, there is only one Asian guy in this entire movie. No, there's two Asian guys in this movie. One of them has one line.
Hell yes.
Also, I'm not going to lie, he does kind of look sweet as fuck with the Fu Manchu, though.
And then, of course, John Wayne just sounds 100% like he does in his normal, typical cowboy roles. Like, he doesn't
Well,
change how he talks.
Listen up, all you fucking Chinese Chinamen. We're gonna come into your country and we're gonna run roughshod on you. We don't give a fuck about no wall, partner.
That's how he talks. And I was thinking about it. That's probably actually way better than him trying to do a fake Asian accent. Although that would have been way funnier. That would have came out way more racist.
Yeah, but I mean, it's 1960 something. Who gives a fuck? Just go racist. No one cares then.
And then Wayne, he would even tell Miller during filming, quote, "You got to do something about these lines. I can't read them." Which he's the one who picked out this fucking script.
He fucking took it out of the goddamn trash. He took it out of the fucking trash.
Yeah, dude. So, yeah, it's good shit, man.
That's funny.
The main actress, Susan Hayward, she would go on and win Best Actress 2 years after this. But she's supposed to be, I think, a Tartar woman, maybe, or something. I don't know. She's supposed to be like either Tartar or Mongolian or Asian or something. But she's a pale ass white girl. She's like Irish and Swedish. She's rocking red permed hair and red lipstick.
Oh my God.
She looks fucking as white as you can fucking be. But yeah, she's supposed to be some Asian girl, I guess. And yeah, there's only 2 actual Asian people in this movie, so most of the cast is just Western actors that are all rocking some sort of Yellowface. Except they do bring on extras later on that are just Indians that are living on a reserve nearby. And they're like, yeah, you guys you guys don't need any makeup. Just come on out.
I'm sure they forced them to do it too. And
yeah,
then afterwards acted like they didn't.
And then afterwards gave them smallpox blankets.
They probably did, dude.
But then randomly we celebrate a holiday about it.
So I was watching this movie while I was writing this up, and right when I got to this part, I looked up, and John Wayne, he's talking to that girl, and he just he rips her dress off. I mean, she still has like something on underneath, but he's like Genghis Khan, okay? He's just about to attack these people. Like, they're enemies, the girls group and him. He rips her dress off, and then it starts playing romantic music. Like, he just did something, like, romantic.
I guess hashtag Mel Hall a little bit on that one. Jesus.
Most of this movie is this girl just getting berated and smacked and stuff.
Oh, so it's the fucking original It? See how many times that fucking girl gets smacked in the face in the original It? It's like almost every scene.
And then after he takes that girl's dress off, rips that off of her, he immediately follows up by saying, "This woman is for my pleasure." So that's
whoa. You know what? That is kind of Genghis Khan-y, so...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's doing all right. I don't know why they had to put that romantic music in when the girl didn't really have a choice and she just got her shit ripped off, but... Oh, that is so romantic. That was so cute.
I mean, they wanted to make it PC, Kev. Come on.
It's like 1960. All the guys in the theaters are watching, like, "Aw,
aw,"
like, "Aw," and squirt a little bit more lotion on their hand while they're fucking jerking off.
Dick Powell's fucking. But anyways, as far as actors, portrayals of the culture and races and times of the movie, nothing is really making a whole lot of sense. Like, there's many times where John Wayne is just walking around with, like, a bandolier belt on, which doesn't really make any sense because it's not like he has fucking bullets or anything to put in him. But there's also, like, a 10-minute scene where it's just John Wayne holding this girl, like that girl we talked about earlier, and he's like, "You're going to dance with me." And he picks her up and carries her, and he just starts yelling, "Dance, Tartar woman, I take you for my wife." And it's just so hard to watch. And then he starts, like, forcing himself on her, like, kissing her a bunch. And she's, like, fighting it. And he throws her over on the bed and tells her that she's going to, like, be his and stuff. And then she's, like, refusing. She's like, she doesn't want any of this. So he's like, "Guard, take her away." And then when the guard takes her away, there's just a fucking panther sitting outside the tent. For no fucking reason. There's just a Black Panther out there.
They just had one.
All right.
An animal or like a dude?
Yeah. Like a real fucking Black Panther.
Fuck yeah. Like,
and it just fucking it just fucking growls at her, and that's it.
It's just the one that was in Forrest Gump.
Like, we'll mention that panther in a minute, but I was like, what the fuck? Did I miss something? Why is there just a random panther sitting out here?
Hey, man, the panther truck happened to break down right outside the studio that day. And they're like, they probably have those in Asia.
Yeah, they were on their way to Carolina. But also, just remember, this is something that he fucking took out of the trash and said he wanted to play it.
Yeah,
I'm going to keep reminding people of that.
I think the reason he wanted this is because he just read parts of it, because there's like 20 parts in this movie where it's just him forcing himself on her and kissing her while romantic music plays, when she clearly doesn't want any of it. And they still play the music and shit.
Like,
and
he didn't read anything. Like, it was just in the trash, but it was on that page. He like opens it up. He's like, oh, rape panther scene. Yep, let's do this one.
But there's one where he's like kissing her, and she eventually gives in, and then the romantic music kicks on. And then in the next scene, I guess they're like in love because they're riding horses next to each other, looking all happy. And then the cycle begins again where they start to argue. There's one where he's like facing the other way, and she pulls out a fucking sword, okay, and comes at him, and then someone yells, "Woman!" And he ducks the sword swing and then picks her up and like throws her into a fucking tent.
Oh,
and then he's like, "I'm keeping you." And then he fucking backhands her.
that is pretty cool, because like usually like in my life, like I used to live in Michigan and stuff, Flint, Michigan, actually, which is a pretty dangerous place. And it's cool. Like every time there was like a gunshot and stuff, like I only survived it because somebody yelled "woman" and I just ducked.
Yeah, like why is that? Like that's legit. All they said was "woman," and he ducks a fucking sword swing.
I mean, that's what I do every time somebody yells "woman." I just duck.
Imagine like there's a scene where he's, God, it sounds so bad. I don't condone or none. But there's just a scene where he's raping her, and then all of a sudden you hear the song, "I can be your hero, baby."
Oh my god, dude. Or when he's about to, he's like holding her down, forcing himself on her, kissing her, and then the music kicks on. American woman.
Oh fuck yeah!
Because it's clearly a fucking white American girl.
Genghis Khan pulls up in a '69 Camaro.
So back to that panther. That was literally brought in for no real reason other than they just thought it was cool. And then on set, it tried to attack that girl as well. Like it tried to bite her and shit.
Hell yeah. I wish, like, I mean, Kevin, too, if you guys look at this, but I wish, like, randomly during the movie, they would just show the panther in the background like Raven used to do in, like, WCW, where he'd just be, like, in the background.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, fuck yeah,
That would have
dude.
been fucking awesome. Because that never panned out to anything.
I was going to say, or they did the panther like they did the TNA Sting Crow gimmick.
Oh, fuck yeah, dude.
Hell yes, that was good.
That was pretty good.
So now we're getting a little bit closer to talking about why we are recording this episode in regards to some of the deaths that followed. So obviously, they couldn't go film this movie anywhere near the actual locations that would make the most sense. So instead, Dick Powell, he decided the best place to film would be in Utah's Escalante Valley. Escalante Valley. And this valley, it is pretty fucking recognizable, and it looks nothing at all like Mongolia, China, or the Gobi Desert. Hey, what does Austin Powers say? You know what's remarkable?
How much California looks nothing like, is like Northern England or something like that?
Yeah, he's like looking out the car like fucking so amazed. But yeah, since this is in Utah, they were able to get a bunch of Native Americans from nearby reservations. They're like, hey, yeah, you guys come on in and you guys can portray the battalions of the horseback warriors. That's who you guys can be. And then since they were close to Texas, they got some Texas Longhorn steers. They brought those in to portray some oxen. So they're using the resources, using what's available to them.
They're doing their best. Well, they're doing something.
And kind of a funny note here, since everything was filmed in the same location, there would be scenes where they would go to other places, like in the script, or they would like get on horses and ride away somewhere, and they would just come back to the exact same spot.
Oh,
where
fuck
they
yes,
filmed this.
dude.
So
That's
it's
awesome.
obvious they're filming in the same spot. Like this, it doesn't fucking look anything like any of these places. It's fucking Utah.
That's like me when I keep telling myself new year, new me, and I just end up in the same spot.
Like, I basically see this movie as just me not wanting to do a mission in Red Dead Redemption. Like, I leave for a minute, I'm like, nah, I'm done.
That is just really fucking like in Idle Hands. Remember when they die? It's like, yeah, we saw the light, but it was just really fucking
Too
far away.
That's so fucking good. But no, dude, I've done that so many times with Red Dead where I'm like, No, and I just go back to the city. And that's pretty much this movie.
So this movie wasn't a whole lot of fun to make either. Like, people were constantly getting in fights or they were confused about what the hell was going on. And the filming, it took place in August, I believe. So it was like the middle of summer. And the temperatures were getting up to around 120 degrees some days.
Yeah, fuck that.
So, and they're out there in like full gear and shit. So that sucks. Several fights were happening on set. John Wayne was said to always be in kind of a shitty mood because he couldn't really read or understand the script. And and also the heat didn't help. So he's out there in 120 degrees weather trying to figure out this fucking script that he picked out of the trash that he can't read.
That was his fucking choice, man.
And also he's doing a special crash diet for this role. So he was taking it really serious, they said, like trying to be in better shape. But he was also taking 4 tablets of high-strength amphetamine a day. So that didn't really help his moods either.
Probably not.
Yeah.
Right now, you can get both Sprint's unlimited plan and the all-new Samsung Galaxy S10 included for just $35 per month per line for 5 lines. All you need is approved credit and an 18-month lease. No trade-in required. Visit a Sprint store, sprint.com, or call 800-SPRINT-1.
Phone $15 a month after $22.50 a month. Credit apply within 2 bills. If canceled earlier, remain a balance due. Unlimited basic after $630.20. Pay $32 per month per line for 5 lines with auto pay. Data deprioritization during congestion. Speed maximums. Use rules and restrictions apply.
And then out of nowhere, there were just random parts that were just kind of added into scenes that didn't make sense. Like we mentioned, that panther that didn't really make any sense. And I also saw something posted about a dancing bear scene that came out of nowhere, but I don't remember seeing it. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of weird dance scenes that go on for a long time that don't really make much sense. But I didn't see a bear, but that was mentioned on here.
No, I'm just laughing at the fact that there's a dancing bear.
And then in June, it started to rain its balls off, causing a flash flood that destroyed a bunch of the set. And most of the buildings were destroyed. A lot of the horses died. And, quote, the flood, it came within 20 seconds of wiping out the entire cast, which I don't know exactly the details of that, but sounds like it was pretty fucking dangerous.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Sounds more like a fucking tsunami.
Yeah, that's just wait till you hear about the location more when we get to it. Like why they're filming here, I have no idea. But the movie, it does get finished and released, and it's absolutely hated by almost everyone. It was just a giant flop. So here's a quote on this movie's release. "It never wanes, but it bores,"
Fuck yeah.
wrote Walsh in American Magazine, questioning how Genghis Khan, the brutal and cunning leader of the largest empire in world history, could have been portrayed as a lovelorn sap who cannot understand why the woman he just kidnapped doesn't immediately fall for him. As the New York Times review concluded, quote, "The facts appeared to have been lost in a technicolor cloud of charging horsemen, childish dialogue, and rudimentary romance." And not just romance. Even in the 50s, several observers lamented the film's numerous scenes of rape, where Temujin slaps, demeans, and then forces himself on Bortai several times. Here's one of the quotes that he says in it. Quote, "I stole you. I will keep you. Before the sun sets, you will come willingly into my arms," he declares, smacking her around a little bit.
And that was actually just John Wayne on a normal Saturday, it turned out.
Yeah, like we're not filming today, dude. And historical sources record that Temujin and Bortai were actually betrothed when he was 9 and she was 10. But in this version of this movie, however, Bortai merely, I can't tell if I typed it up wrong, acquiesces to Temujin's abuse and then eventually betrays her own people for his love. So in this movie, she eventually like fucking gives in to him, like belittling her, smacking her, forcing himself on her, and eventually she betrays her own people for him. It doesn't make any fucking sense.
Nice.
Kind of sounds like a good old-fashioned epic old Western love story.
Yeah, or Avatar.
On planet fucked upville.
Dude, I fucking hate Avatar.
We'll get ready for 4 or 5 more of them.
Oh, God. Let's hope not.
My friend in Florida, when I was working down or living down there, he made me watch. He's like, dude, you got to fucking watch this. It's awesome. And he gave me the extended version, which was like
7 fucking hours long.
It was legit, probably at least 3 hours, and it was garbage.
Fuck that. I mean, I love James Cameron. I love Titanic. I love that movie.
Oh, I love Titanic.
But I just don't want to watch Avatar. I don't really want to.
The
It
effects
sucks.
are pretty cool, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is cool. But the movie actually, it was so
not-
fucking boring.
It's not going to be as good as Titanic or Terminator, so I'm just going to stay with those.
So here's a quote from EmmanuelLevy.com in which he reviews the movie. Wayne's worst dialogue with the woman is in this picture with his co-star Susan Hayward as a Tartar princess who's acquired by Wayne after slaying her husband. Throughout the film, he is tough on her, which she resents. Then, in a supposedly lusty scene, he tells her father, the ruler Cumlech, quote, "While I live, while my blood runs hot, your daughter is not safe in her tent." And warned, "There is no limit to her perfidy," he responds. "She is a woman, much woman. Should her perfidy be less than that of other women?" Later on, Hayward tries to decapitate him with a sword while his back is turned, but he looks into her defiant face and delivers his favorite line, "You're beautiful in your wrath." He then carries her into the tent and tells her, "I shall keep you, Vorte, in response to my passion. Your hatred will kindle into love." But she is still defiant. Quote, "Before that day dawns, Mongol, the vultures will have feasted on your heart." And that's when, of course, he backhands her like his name was fucking Andy Murray. And he just fucking sends her fly into the ground.
See, he wouldn't have had to do any of that if someone had just shouted, "Woman!"
Woman.
While the sword was being swung.
Oh, God. Yeah, this movie is fucking ridiculous, dude. And reviewers were also confused as to why the movie had random scenes that had religious imagery in them for absolutely no reason at all.
Like Christian
Yes.
religion? Oh, okay.
In one scene, Genghis Khan, he climbs up like atop this big ass cliff, and he's just like begging out loud. He's like, "Send me men, spirits of heaven, don't desert me in this hour." He's just like fucking praying to God, asking for help.
Nice.
And then there is another scene where he gets captured, and then he's kind of like paraded through the streets, and they also strap him to a block of wood, very much resembling Jesus Christ,
Yeah.
and they're even like whipping him. So they're like
Okay.
whipping him while he's kind of like his arms are kind of like on a cross type thing.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's fun.
Oh, wait. I'm fucking looking at the picture right now. Holy shit. Huh.
I mean, you guys just aren't seeing between the lines here.
I guess that was another problem with John Wayne. Never mind. It's gonna be a joke that because his eyes were fucking taped to be Asian, like he couldn't. That's why I couldn't fucking read the shit.
He had poor depth perception.
It's a John Mulaney joke.
Here's another quote from the article. Is the audience supposed to interpret one of history's most bloodthirsty warriors as the new son of God? Perhaps the LA Times called it history's most improbable piece of casting unless Mickey Rooney were to play Jesus in King of Kings.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah,
Hell
so it's
yes.
like...
Oh, that'd be amazing. That would be amazing.
I mean, I would watch the fuck out of that.
Mickey Rooney is my favorite part of the original Pete's Dragon.
So here's a bit of a funny quote here. Wayne himself made a personal plea to hold the premiere in Moscow as a, quote, peace gesture and cultural tribute to the ancestors of the modern Russia. Such an
they would
event
definitely love this.
might have set back U.S.-Soviet relations even further.
Yeah, yeah. I'd say, I'm surprised we weren't at war.
If Trump gets a hold of this movie, I could see him
Fuck yeah, dude.
this being something he might do.
If they remake this today, who plays all the roles?
Donald Trump's got to be Genghis
Yeah.
Khan.
Oh, you got Donald Trump himself plays.
Yes.
Okay. I like.
Dude, I would pay. I would pay fucking money just to see that. I wouldn't even care anybody else.
I mean, I would too.
I'm voting Brock Lesnar for Genghis
If we're
Khan.
gonna have a redhead for the girl, Amy Adams.
Amy Adams or Emma Stone. I would like to see some Emma Stone in there.
Oh, I could see it being because it's got to be like a white redhead. I think Emma Stone would be good.
They'll let's see
Dude,
some Emma
actually,
Stone in
I
there.
take it back. Not Brock Lesnar, Vince McMahon. And
Fuck
he
yeah,
and he
dude.
doesn't change his voice.
Listen here, you Chinese fuck.
Oh my god, dude!
The Panther though needs to be played by
The Black Panther guy.
yeah, absolutely. Well, we have to have Andrew at least kill the Panther at one point.
Dude, the Panther does get killed in the movie. They don't show it. They just John Wayne walks out and sees the carcass of it, and he's just like, "Why is this carcass here?" And I think he just like picks it up and throws it. I don't remember.
Oh fuck yeah!
Wait,
dude.
he picks up a 200-pound animal and he just chucks it.
I'm on board now.
Nice.
I can't fully remember, but I think so. So, alrighty. So, this is when shit starts to come out. Like, this is the whole reason for this episode. So, 1953, a year before the production of this movie had begun, quote, the U.S. Atomic Energy Commission had tested 11 nuclear weapons at Yucca Flats in Nevada, including 2 exceptionally dirty above-ground tests with high degrees of fallout. After each detonation, huge clouds of radioactive dust were blown into the atmosphere before floating downwind and accumulating in the funnel of Snow Canyon 220 kilometers to the west, or more precisely, exactly where the Conqueror would be shot in 1954.
Wow.
One more quote on that. This one is from the Vintage News. Approximately 100 nuclear bombs of various yields were detonated at the Nevada test site throughout the 1950s. In 1953, 11 atmospheric nuclear tests were carried out in the area as part of Operation Upshot Knothole. The mushroom clouds...
Dude.
That's fucking amazing.
More like Operation when I try to do anal on my girlfriend.
not that hole.
What's it called? Upshot knothole?
Upshot knothole. That does sound like, oh, come on, baby. It's our anniversary. You know, I've had a really hard year at work. Let me do Operation Upshot Knothole. The mushroom clouds were tens of thousands of feet high, and strong winds carried radioactive particles all the way to the Utah desert. In 1954, when the filming of The Conqueror began, the barren hills around St. George were likely covered with a layer of deadly nuclear dust. So they probably got this test site fucking cheap as fuck. Like, oh, you want to film here? Sure. Like, why would you pick this location?
Little did they know in like 50 years, 60, 70 years, Fallout New Vegas was going to be based on this location.
Oh, fuck yes.
But yeah, so where they filmed, a year ago, they dropped 11 nuclear weapons were detonated.
They're like, this is fine. It'll be fine.
What? It'll kill a few roadrunners and some coyotes.
Yeah, it'll be fine. There'll be no animals here.
Now, at the time when the filming took place, the authorities labeled the filming site as safe from harmful effects of radioactive fallout, even though abnormal levels of radiation were detected whenever the area was examined. But this is where the fucking cast was staying and filming, and they all knew about it. Like, they knew that what was going on here. At least I know some of them did. Like, I doubt they probably didn't fucking tell the Indians. But
that's all fine.
But I know John Wayne did, because he invited his sons to come and stay at the set, and there's a picture of them looking at a Geiger counter and just like watching the fucking radiation spikes on it. So that's kind of crazy.
Holy fuck. The Wikipedia article says statistically, the odds of developing cancer for men in the U.S. population are 43%.
Yeah, we'll get to that. As far as that Geiger counter goes with John Wayne, like, that thing was so loud and it was always making so much noise that he really just thought it was broken.
Oh, man.
So for 13 weeks, the entire cast and crew are working, filming, and staying here on set where this shit happened. So they're breathing in the dust and air. They're also drinking water from the local streams.
Oh, Jesus.
And then, this is my favorite part. In order to do some reshoots later on, Howard Hughes, he wanted these reshoots to look as authentic as possible. Authentic. This movie. So he had 60 tons of dirt, the actual dirt from the location, the radioactive nuclear bomb test dirt. He had that shipped out to the RKO studio lot in Hollywood.
Fuck yes. Holy shit.
Like, it's this movie, you want this movie to be authentic. So that's what you're like, we got it. We want everything to be authentic and look good. So let's bring in the fucking Utah dirt for the Genghis Khan movie.
Not just any dirt, but the Utah dirt.
Say, might as well bring in the fucking jazz. Actually, they're not even that bad. Actually,
they're like, no, we have enough fucking white people in this movie.
Dude, imagine like how mad he'd be. Like, who the fuck brought in the South Dakota dirt?
Like,
yes,
son of a
I can
bitch.
fucking tell. Yes, I can tell.
Like, we have enough white people. Where the fuck is Karl Malone?
Where's he at? We need him to fucking deliver some fucking dirt.
Oh, fucking mailman, baby.
Hey, where's Carmelo? We need someone to slap this girl for us.
Oh, yeah, and impregnate her.
Oh, wait, so we can get Sean Kemp, too.
Dude.
Dude, we crack so many Sean Kemp jokes just because he gets laid a lot. It's not his fault.
No.
What were you saying, Spence?
The Wikipedia article implies that there may, in fact, be a comic book adaptation of this movie
Holy shit, I hope so.
from something called Dell Comics, from a series they did called Four Color, issue number 690 from April 1956.
Well, I'll add it to my
Oh
spank
my
pick later.
god, dude! Oh, I saw this picture. I didn't know that's what I. One of the articles had a picture of it. I didn't know that was a fucking comic, dude. I want this.
Oh my god.
So here's a quote, another quote from the article. By 1980, 91 of the 220 cast and crew had been diagnosed with cancer. 46 died of it, including John Wayne, Dick Powell, and every leading supporting cast member. Pedro Armendariz, he would also be diagnosed, but he would commit suicide after hearing the news, shortly after filming From Russia with Love in 1963. Numerous American Indians who served as Mongolian warriors contracted cancer in later years, and even John Wayne's son, Michael, he died in 2003 of cancer after visiting on the set at age 22. But
Wow.
I'm not 100%, but I don't think that number, the 91 out of 220, I don't think that actually included any of like the hundreds of local Native Americans that were brought in for extras. And I don't think that number counts the relatives of the cast and crew either. Like John Wayne's sons, I don't think that number included any of them either. And although not everyone believes that the film site has anything to do with the deaths and the cancer rate of the crew, some believe that it might have been just a coincidence. Some say those numbers are actually normal in terms of percentage-wise in dying from cancer. But then some people are also, they blame it on, well, the crew, they fucking smoked way too many cigarettes. Which, in all fairness, though, John Wayne, he does put my dad to shame in terms of cigarettes. He would smoke 5 to 6 packs a day.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
I feel like that can't be possible.
And he would eventually get lung cancer, but he doesn't die from lung cancer like many people believe. He actually, I think that was taken care of, but he would end up getting stomach cancer like right after and dying from that. I think it was stomach cancer.
Dude, like, is he just like a rich guy? Like he just takes like a puff of a cigarette and then throws it away?
How do you have enough time to do that?
Well, when you can't fucking read.
Yeah, I guess.
He didn't read the Surgeon General warning.
You'd have to be smoking like literally from like the moment you open your eyes to like the moment you went to bed if you smoked that much. Like that's a fucking lot.
And commenting in a People's Magazine article on the deaths, this was in 1980, a spokesman from the Pentagon Defense Nuclear Agency, he said, quote, "Please God, don't let us have killed John Wayne."
Wow.
And next, within the year, this is when Howard Hughes, he would spend $12 million. Like this is within the year of the movie getting released. He would spend $12 million, which is double what he spent on making this piece of shit movie. He would spend all that to try and buy back every single copy of the movie. And he really did try and locate like every print. And he would then buy that copy and have it stored away at one of his mansions. And Hughes, he would later campaign against nuclear testing in Nevada. And he would even offer $1 million bribes to Presidents Lyndon B. Johnson and Richard Nixon in an attempt to stop them from testing, from nuclear testing out in Nevada.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's cool of him.
Yeah, props to #Wildman.
Yeah. Fuck yeah. #Wildman. He did a lot of nutty shit, but this was pretty cool of him. And as far as the rest of Hughes' filming career goes, he was a filmmaker in total for, I think, like 30 or so years. But this last movie, The Conqueror, it pretty much ruined him and shamed him so much that he never made another one. So this would end up being his final film. And also the box office failure of this movie would also be responsible for RKO Pictures being shut down. So that whole place is just everything. This movie just fucking destroyed like everything.
Including the bodies of 91 of the crew members.
So I guess this studio, this RKO studio, it's just the edge it needed to be taken down.
Oh, shit. And it wouldn't be until 1979, so it's after Hughes dies, when the rights to this movie are bought and people can actually begin to watch this film if they wanted to. But yeah, Hughes, he passes away in 1976. I don't think he died of cancer. I don't think he was there, though.
Huh.
And then in 1979, that is when John Wayne would die of cancer. And here is a quote from Vintage News. Wayne first suffered from lung cancer and then died of stomach cancer in June of 1979. Although many of his friends tried to convince him that his condition was a result of exposure to radiation on the set of The Conqueror, he claimed that the illness was caused by his deadly habit of smoking 6 packs of cigarettes per day.
That was probably it.
And Wayne, he regretted playing Temujin so much that whenever anyone mentioned this movie to him, he would shudder. And he also attributed the film's failure to the fact that, quote, people wouldn't accept me as Genghis Khan. I've been extolled as a rough American personality and they won't take anything else. But then he would also later on say that the message he got from this was, don't make an ass of yourself trying to play parts you are not suited for.
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah.
Nice.
And now this quote is also from the wiki, but it is just about the whole cancer controversy. Director Powell, he dies of cancer in January of 1963, 7 years after the film's release. Armendariz, he was diagnosed with kidney cancer in 1960, but he kills himself in June of 1963 after he learned his condition had become terminal. Hayward, Wayne, and Moorhead all died of cancer in the 70s. Hoyt died of lung cancer in 91. Skeptics point to other factors such as the wide use of tobacco. Wayne and Moorhead in particular were heavy smokers, and Wayne himself believed his lung cancer to have been a result of his 6-pack-a-day cigarette habit. The cast and crew totaled 220 people. By the end of 1980, as ascertained by People magazine, 91 of them had developed some form of cancer, and 46 had died of the disease. Several of Wayne and Hayward's relatives who visited the set also had cancer scares. Michael Wayne developed skin cancer. His brother Patrick had a benign tumor removed from his breast. And Hayward's son Tim Barker had a benign tumor removed from his mouth.
Oh, God. That had to suck.
So as Spence mentioned earlier, and we're going to mention in a little bit, the percentages, it does fit within these percentages, but also that is collectively in the U.S. This is just such a small sample to pull from, and it happens so quickly. So I don't know. There are some people that believe that there's nothing wrong here. There's the radiation didn't do anything. This whole cancer thing just happened naturally, I guess, as it does. And saying that the radiation and nuclear testing area had nothing to do with any of it. Here's another quote. Dr. Robert Pendleton, then a professor of biology at the University of Utah, is reported to have stated in 1980, with these numbers, this case could qualify as an epidemic. The connection between fallout radiation and cancer in individual cases has been practically impossible to prove conclusively, but in a group size, you'd expect only 30-some cancers to develop. With 91 cancer cases, I think the tie-in to their exposure on the set of The Conqueror would hold up in a court of law. Several cast and crew members, as well as relatives of those who died, considered suing the government for negligence, claiming it knew more about the hazards in the area than it let on. Since the primary cast and crew numbered about 220, and a considerable number of cancer cases would be expected, controversy exists as to whether the actual results are attributable to radiation at the nearby nuclear weapons testing site. Statistically, the odds of developing cancer for men in the U.S. are 43%, and the odds of dying are 23%, with the women percentage being 38 and 19. So, 91 out of 220 is probably right around 40%, I guess.
Yeah.
But the thing about this, I have no idea, but it's just it's such a small group and it happens so quickly, it seems. So I don't know, maybe I have no answer. I really don't have any idea. I don't have enough knowledge to base this on. But some people believe the test site had nothing to do with it, to do with the cancer. Some believe otherwise. But it's maybe just play it on the safe side and don't fucking film there.
Yeah, I feel like that's probably the easiest way to go.
Obviously, you never stepped on Utah dirt, my friend. Some of the finest shit in the world.
Oh.
I don't know. It's fucking dirt, dude. It's fucking dirt, Dirty Joe.
But yeah, that is pretty much everything we have on this. Some articles will debunk it, stating that the numbers fit percentage wise. The nuclear testing area has nothing to do with the cancer. Some think that it does. Either way, any site that has message boards or has comments, it's just people arguing and shit, and it's kind of funny. I will say, though, the movie opens up with credits, and then also the very first words that pop up are, "This story, though fiction, is based on fact."
Oh, hell yeah.
And I just thought that's fucking hilarious.
It is based on fact. She was slapped that many times.
Oh, fuck yeah, she was.
And that's a fact, Jack.
Any thoughts or comments or anything you want to talk about in regards to this?
Everybody knew exactly like what the, not like exactly, but people knew the effects of like atomic bomb testing and like all that shit. Like, was this, you watched the movie, was the scenery like that amazing?
It looks really good. The actual movie.
Oh, okay. I would say like, I don't get how fucking like epic the scenery would be to where you'd be like, yeah, let's film here. You know, it's maybe this just might be a little bit fucked up. You know, shit might have went down here, but
yeah, I don't know. I feel like they could have filmed literally anywhere because it's not gonna look like what they want it to look like. It's not gonna look like Mongolia.
Yeah. God, what is that fucking movie called? I don't even know what the fuck the movie's about. I'm just gonna say the word Steel Magnolias.
That's a great movie.
They just cast Shaquille O'Neal instead of John Wayne, so it's just Steel Mongolias.
No, hell yeah, dude.
Dude, Steel sucks.
It does suck a lot, but I don't think it's as bad as Kazam, and I think a lot of people think that movie's worse. Kazam's worse than Steel.
You think Steel's better than Kazam, dude?
I think so, yeah.
Oh, man. I'm going to look up Steel on IMDb. No one looked it up yet.
At least Steel had Shaft in it for a second.
Oh, my God. It ties date movie. 2.8.
Nice.
I'd rather watch Steel easily than Kazam.
Oh, dude, I actually loved Kazam because I wanted to be that kid
I don't
and
hate
hang out
Kazam.
with Genie Shack, Boombox
I really don't
Boy.
hate Kazam, but I'd rather watch Steel than Kazam. But this is going. I haven't watched either of those movies since I was like fucking like 12. So I mean, you know, it's not like I'm gonna go back and watch them.
So, all right, I guess it's a good time to go ahead and play some quotes from the Wildman from Queens.
Oh fuck yes.
Ain't nothing funny about this week's shit, man. I mean, John Wayne, fucking just a straight racist piece of shit. You know, the Duke was a coward, too. Did no military service. Hid behind the fucking silver screen like most of these fucking actors do. They talk some big fucking game, and then they get caught doing the opposite shit, you know? They're all fucking, left-wingers, and, oh, yeah, women's rights, but they're jerking off on them without their fucking consent. You know what I mean? So fuck these fucking wannabe cowboy types. I'll fucking shove these fucking cowboy boots sideways up your fucking ass, you piece of shit.
Oh, fuck yeah, dude.
I love that.
Dude.
That was amazing.
There's one. All right, let's see what else we got.
I don't know why I said these fucking cowboy boots, because I wouldn't be caught dead in a pair of fucking cowboy boots. I mean, I think some fucking broads look sexy as fuck in them, but I mean, they're mostly too not even from the fucking West or the fucking South. They're from like fucking upstate New York. Like if you're not from the fucking South or the West or something, don't wear fucking cowboy boots. You look like clown shoes, all right? Get the fuck out of here.
All right.
Hell yes.
If somebody's willing to support the Brothers Commonplace for a G-Stack a month over at fucking patreon.com, you know where to go, all right? Fucking me, John, the wild man from Queens, will be versing Tooth, the double-barrel butthole Jeremiah, live at the Mansfield Bumblefuck Mid-Ohio, wherever the country fucking tumbleweed Ohio bullshitty place that is. We'll fucking bring it to you live with a fucking death match, or maybe we'll have a ladder match. You know, whatever fucking me and fucking Tooth decide. If he's down, we'll fucking punch each other in the face, fucking hit each other with some spiked bats and shit. You know, get the old fucking thumbtacks out, staple gun each other in the ass, do some crazy fucking shit, you know? Fucking, and then we'll go fucking drink Miller High Lives after. It'll be a fucking great time. But for a G-Stack, you can watch me and Tooth the double-barrel butthole beat the piss out of each other.
Fuck yeah, dude. Oh.
Holy
Tooth.
shit, dude. I will fucking pay that.
You're gonna have to make a wrestling promo back, Tooth. We got two more from him. I hope there's more about this wrestling match.
John the Wild Man from Queens has a lot to say, but not so much time to say it in. So I'll tell you this. Tooth, the double-barrel butthole that needs more fucking toilet paper to wipe his ass than the average man because he's got to wipe not only his 2 buttholes, but his boy pussy. That's right. He's got a boy pussy, and I'm about to fuck it, and I'm going to humble him. I'm going to fuck his boy pussy, break his back, and humble him live in Ohio at the Mansville whatever. Get your fucking tickets now.
Oh my God, dude.
Shit is getting serious. Who was it? You that asked him to say boy pussies?
Wait, what?
Someone asked him last week to say boy pussies.
I'm pretty sure Doof did.
Yeah.
All right, one more.
Also, hang on a second, Kev. Don't post this because they may put this on WWE Network for $9.99.
Oh shit, dude! What if we all get wrestling contracts because of this?
We might.
I show up like, oh Taka, I thought we fired you.
I show up there like, Crash Holly, you're dead.
So look, today I fulfilled Tim's wish of doing a wrestling promo. I mean, I'm kind of sick, so I did my best.
Fuck
and
yes.
fucking what else? And I got fucking boy pussy in for tooth. So there you go. I fucking I fulfilled some fucking dreams. And also, you know, Spence, I will be the speech giver at your wedding if you so want. I will come up with some crazy shit.
Oh, fuck
I will make everyone throw up. You know, I'll say some very vile things.
That's
and
all
I'll
right.
slap the bridesmaid in the ass. Whatever, you want. You just let me know. We'll make it happen, brother. But, yep, best man at everyone's wedding. No problem. Free of charge. Wildman out.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Dude, I will be the fucking bride and a bridesmaid at Spencer's wedding for that to happen, honestly.
Hell yes, I love that.
That was amazing. I didn't realize I asked him to do a wrestling promo, but holy shit, did he do a great one.
Dude, too, if you're going to have to make a wrestling promo back, man.
John, Wildman from Queens. Woo! It is so hard for me to sit back here in this studio looking at the guy out there hollering my name when last year I spent more money on shitty underwear in bars from this side of the world to the other than you made, brother. You're talking to the Limp Biscuit wearing, Cavs shorts wearing, Adidas shoes wearing, kiss stealing son of a gun, brother.
Oh, yes.
And I'm having a hard time holding these alligators down. Woo!
Oh, fuck
yeah,
dude.
The challenge is on, brother. And guess what? You couldn't last 60 minutes in the ring or the bedroom because that's my line. I'm going to open up my boy pussy and I'm going to swallow you whole, brother. And then after it's done, we will have some beers. You can bet on that. But I'm going to butt chug them in the boy pussy.
Oh, fuck yeah.
A double barrel butthole, dude. You could chug both of them Steve-O style.
Dude.
John Wildman fucking gets beers thrown from the brothers. He fucking cracks them open like Stone Cold. He's about to lift them over his head and chug them, and then he just pours them both in my ass.
Oh, hell yeah. Wildman's going to have to fucking catch those beers while all the fucking panties are getting thrown at him, too.
So I haven't seen it, but Toof was talking to me about it. But I hope this wrestling match just goes the way of that Black Mirror episode that just came out.
Season 5. Season 5, episode 1. Chapter 8, page 9.
So alrighty, boys, anything you guys want to say before we shut her down?
No, I don't think so.
I just want to say that our listeners should check us out on social media.
Yes.
At Instagram, Facebook. You know, we probably have like a Friendster and a MySpace.
Pornhub, X-Hamster, X-Videos, XNXX, Purple Porn Stars, all the torrent sites, everywhere.
Exactly. So just make accounts and follow us and like us and subscribe. Check out our YouTube channel. I'm hoping for us to get to 10,000 subscribers before the end of the year.
Oh, yeah.
Give us a 5-star review and a rating, or a 5-star rating and write a review on Apple Podcasts for those of you who use that. And that's the one we kind of go off of. I guess the podcasting world still kind of goes off of that. So do that. Or if you listen on some other app, leave us a rating there and send us a screenshot of that if you're using a different one, and we'll check it out. And I don't know. Do we send stickers for ratings still? We don't do that
we need
anymore,
the proof,
do we?
brother.
If anyone asks for stickers, I'll send them out. I usually only send them out when people sign up for Patreon. But if anyone wants any, just send me a message and I'll mail them out to you.
There we go. We use the dandelion strategy. Just spread our seed everywhere.
Oh, yes.
And you can email us, brotherscommonplace@gmail.com. We don't really have a proper website kind of up and running at the moment. We need to get one. I should work on that. We have Brotherscommon.place, but I'm not sure if it even directs anywhere right now.
Yeah, I don't know if it does either. I haven't tried.
Yeah, we have the domain, but we just need a thing for it to go to. And I may have, it was going to it doesn't matter. What was the other thing I usually mention? Apple Podcasts, which used to be called iTunes, by the way, for those of us who still remember. No, I think that's about it, right?
I think so, yeah. So, yeah, special thanks to everyone that has already left us an iTunes review or that has signed up for our Patreon. That really helps us out and means a lot to us. We have a Patreon that is $1 or $5 a month. If you sign up, you will get some bonus episodes, bonus material. I'll mail you out some stickers. And the only difference between the $1 and $5 is that the $5 one will give you a shout out on here. And just thank you to everyone that has reached out to us, even if it's just on Twitter or Instagram or anything. Anytime you tag us or just mention that you listen to the show, it's so cool. Like, it really does make our days a whole lot better.
Absolutely.
And yeah, I just want to say thank you for that. I love shit like that.
Hey, doesn't it sound like it's likely we're going to have to go to the town where the Glenowicks guy was from?
Oh, shit, yeah. I didn't even mention that yet. Brian Rowe. Shout out to Brian Rowe. He just, I don't even remember what Spence said, because we say...
I don't either.
We say so much shit.
Vaguely do remember.
We say so much shit in the show that people will send me quotes or just say something random, and I'll never know what the hell it is. And normally it's a quote from our episode. I just don't remember it. Spence said something about if someone were to order like a shirt and wear it in Lake... Fox Lake?
Fox Lake, yeah, something like that.
Yeah, Spence was like, if you order a shirt and wear it in Fox Lake and take a picture, we'll come out and visit that area whenever we go to Chicago.
And a lake you shall be, my foxy lake.
And legit, that day, like not even a full 24 hours yet, fucking Brian Rowe orders a shirt and sends us a message. He's like, hey, I live like one town over. So he's going to take a picture there. And I guess when we go to Chicago, we'll try to, I don't know, we'll do something. We'll either, if we can't make a trip out there, which we'll have to see how far it is and time and everything. If we can't, then we'll buy Brian something off our site and send him some shit or something.
Or we'll kiss him.
Or we might just straight up kiss him. I don't know.
We might.
Damn, we should send him something anyways. He bought
Absolutely.
a shirt that was...
He deserves some shit. Hopefully it's not too far from where we're going. Hopefully we can stop by there.
I don't know why his shirt was so expensive.
Ooh, shit.
Alrighty, Tim, you got anything?
I do, actually, this time. So me and Kev were actually cracking jokes about a pretty decent, and by decent I mean pretty shitty movie called Benchwarmers a little earlier. And there is a movie called Benchwarmers 2, Breaking Balls, that has Chris Klein as the main actor. Also has John Lovitz.
Oh, fuck.
So, yeah, if any of our listeners watch this movie and send us some kind of, like, proof that you watched this movie, I feel like you'd kind of deserve some fucking stickers or something really funny.
Hell yeah, dude.
Because, holy shit, I'm looking at this, and this looks really fucking bad. But also, I think we should watch it.
Dude, we really do need to do something or make something or send something cool to Brian.
Yeah, he deserves it.
It looks like going to Fox Lake might be like at least another hour and a half drive from where we're going. Not sure exactly, but
yeah, we'll have to see. If we can't, like I said, we'll try. If we can't do that, we'll definitely make it up to him and send him something.
Absolutely.
Something cool. But fuck yeah, we'll try to go there and do, I don't know what for.
We should try to find the old abandoned plant where it happened. We could just bring like a voltmeter or something and be like, ooh, the thing is going up and down. There must be ghosts in here.
Oh my god, dude, I hate that. I hate everything about that. I guess we should mention the Chicago True Crime Podcast Festival that is going down on July 13th. So about a month away. We are going to be there. There's going to be a bunch of actual true crime podcasts that people enjoy and listen to. I think there's going to be some decently popular ones there, but we're also going to be there for some reason. Maybe someone there will know who we are. If you are, come say hi. We'll take a picture with you or do something cool with you. I don't know. Maybe we'll all kiss or hopscotch or, I don't know, we could kiss.
We'd definitely kiss.
I'm sure we'll probably be wearing a Brothers Commonplace shirt or something. I don't know. But yeah, if you see us there, come say hi. Because I really don't think anyone else there is going to know who we are.
And just to let them know, I will not be there.
Yeah, Toof, unfortunately, is not going to be there. We do have a friend that's getting married that day.
Oh, no, it's not that. I'm just afraid of conflict, and I'm afraid that one of these listeners is going to try and fuck my boy pussy.
Or one of your buttholes.
Dude, I was going to anyway, buddy.
Dude, actually, it kind of works out. If all four of us were to have sex, we could all do Toof at the same time. So that's kind of cool. Hell yeah, dude. I'm sorry, Toof. You know what, Toof? Since I did that, I pulled a bitch move right there. I think you need to hit me with some fucking words of wisdom to really just put me in check.
All right.
Put me back in my place.
Just put it right back in his boy pussy.
You piece of shit, Toof. Oh.
That's what you get. No crazy porn website, no crazy sex adventures for me and Andrew lately. We've just been chilling in our apartment and shit. But me and Andrew have our old, forgotten, crusty jizz sock.
Dude, stop calling my mom that, man.
Yeah, dude, she has a name.
Well, yeah, me and Andrew have a forgotten old crusty gym sock that we call our extra earned money because it's leftover income.
Oh god.
Fuck yeah. That was pretty good. I liked it.
Alrighty. Anything else, boys?
No, I don't think so.
Alrighty. Thank you all for listening. Be good.
Stay safe.
And laugh at the dark stuff.
#Wildman.
Whoa!
What was that?
Cassidy. Hell yeah.
Man.
Everyone.
She came upstairs because she watched my wallet.
Oh, are you sure she didn't just hear that fucking fart you ripped?
Yeah,
she
heard that.
She smelled the must.
Wait, the fart that I ripped?
Oh. Dude, is she still...
I thought I heard Toof talking during it.
Is she still there, Toof?
Yeah.
Put her on. She can say whatever she wants if she wants to say something.
No, I pretty much had to beg her to say that.
Aw.
Ask her just to say the word queef.
Say please.
Will you say the word queef? What will you say?
In a sentence. In a sentence.
All right, how about you say a sentence, I say the word queef.
Ooh.
Okay,
will you say, damn, John Wayne slapped that bitch?
All right, I got one. No, she's running out. She ran out.
Oh, dang it.
Hey, come back here. Just say, hey, John Wayne, slap that bitch. Okay, nope.
She's
She's
gone.
gone.
I don't think she could.
Toof, you had to slap the bitch, and then she would have done it.
Oh, yeah.
Toof, you gotta be like, you are mine, and something.
Dude,
Woman's.
actually, wait, nobody yelled woman. She might have a fucking sword. Like, how would Toof know, honestly?
Yeah. Toof, are you there?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Okay. We thought you got killed by that sword since no one could yell
we
woman.
yelled woman. We don't even know if Andrew's killed the panther yet. It's probably outside right now.
It's probably inside.
Dude, you know what? Actually, if we could just get all radio stations at the same time just to play Woman by Wolfmother, we could probably save thousands of lives.
We really probably could. Easily.
Woman! And everyone ducks. You know what's crazy? When this song came out, that Woman by Wolfmother in 2005, that's actually when men claimed the title of winning back the Limbo Championship belt. So stupid.
Well, because they ducked better.
Alrighty, I'm done. You guys got anything?
No.
Thanks for listening.
Right now, you can get both Sprint's unlimited plan and the all-new Samsung Galaxy S10 included for just $35 per month per line for 5 lines. All you need is approved credit and an 18-month lease. No trade-in required. Visit a Sprint store, sprint.com, or call 800-SPRINT-1.
Phone $15 a month after $22.50 a month. Credit apply within 2 bills. If canceled earlier, remain balance due. Unlimited basic after 630/20. Pay $32 per month per line for 5 lines with auto pay. Data deprioritization during congestion. Speed maximums. Use rules and restrictions apply.
Right now, you can get both Sprint's unlimited plan and the all-new Samsung Galaxy S10 included for just $35 per month per line for 5 lines. All you need is approved credit and an 18-month lease. No trade-in required. Visit a Sprint store, sprint.com, or call 800-SPRINT-1.
Phone $15 a month after $22.50 a month. Credit apply within 2 bills. If canceled earlier, remain balance due. Unlimited basic after 630/20. Pay $32 per month per line for 5 lines with auto pay. Data deprioritization during congestion. Speed maximums. Use rules and restrictions apply.